hate incident, sexual orientation. This includes persons who are gay and lesbian, heterosexual and bisexual. For example, a person who is heterosexual and who assaults a person who is gay and which is motivated by the person's different sexual orientation or perceived different sexual orientation would be categorised as a hate incident, sexual orientation.
My name is Tom Lusk. I manage volunteers within a large gay men's organisation, and the situation that arose for me was one night after a piece of work. It was I was travelling back in a night bus home, and I was with my partner at the time, and there's a crowd of people got on the bus that were quite drunk, and they were up the back seat, and my partner was wearing this woolly jumper, and one of the girls in the back seat decided she was going to stick her fingers through the holes in his jumper, the gaps in the knit, and my partner turned around and said, "Will you stop doing that?" And sure enough, the girl stopped doing it, and just sitting there on the bus, I'd been working, didn't have anything to drink, and suddenly I felt a blow to the back of my head, and because the handrail behind me on the bus, I heard a kind of metal clank, so I knew it was a kind of metal object I'd been hit with. I don't know if it was a can of Coke or knuckle dusters or what it was, but I put my hand back behind my head, and my hand was covered in blood, and I said to my partner, "Can I move, let's get off the bus," and moved down to the front of the bus, and I spoke with the bus driver and said, one of your passengers up the back of the bus just assaulted me, and I showed him the blood on my hand, and he said, "Well, hold on, the police station's just up the road, I'll just drive you straight there." And sure, he missed a couple of bus stops, and the driver drove straight to the police station and let me off, and then locked the doors on the bus. So I ran into the police station. I spoke with the people on the desk and said, "I've just been assaulted on a bus, but the bus driver's been great. He brought me straight to the police station." And I was asked to just take a seat and someone would be with me in a wee while. And I said, "But the bus drivers brought the people directly to the station." And again, very calmly, I was told, just stay, wait there, someone will be out to see you in a minute. And as I looked out the door, I could see the guys getting out the back of the bus and out the emergency exit and running off. There had been 3 guys and 2 girls who were involved in this group up the back of the bus, and when I eventually gave details at the desk, being from an organisation that would encourage people to report crimes to the police, I was pretty sure, by the way we were being antagonised on the bus, or certainly my partner was, that it was a homophobically motivated crime. And so when I mentioned that to the person on the desk, that was questioned as if, "Well, how do you know for sure that was the case?" Certainly that's how I perceived it at the time. And I noticed all the passengers were then getting off the bus and had been transferred onto another bus. The bus driver waited and drove me and my partner up to the local accident and emergency to get my head stitched up. It was a small cut, about 3/4 of an inch, but it bled like mad. And so I really appreciated all the hard work that the bus driver put in, and I felt the police who attended at the desk could have been a bit more responsive, could have contacted a local squad car, or could have taken my account of a situation at face value. I understand that they would have to go through a process, but certainly the immediacy that I felt as the situation could have been dealt with, it wasn't dealt with. Subsequently I got stitched up, went home, never heard anything again about it. I would have liked to have had, no, I did hear that there had been nothing that the police could do. A letter came that the report was filed, but there was no further information that could help them track down the people who'd assaulted me. So it was just left hanging in a letter form, and I didn't receive any contact from the police about that. I still would encourage people to report crimes as and when they happen, if people are assaulted. And it's amazing how a small number of people just with a bit of alcohol in them can go out of their way to cause trouble, particularly if they see somebody who's maybe different from themselves. Looking back on it, I'm quite angry at the fact that people feel they have the right to single out people in the community and make a statement or attack them that isn't acceptable. But when fueled with a bit of alcohol, they feel they can do that. Also, in working within a gay men's charity, we do have a good working relationship with the police, and I would highly recommend the routes that exist using the gay liaison officers or the community liaison officers in order to investigate incidents that happen. I've noticed this has been the case where people can directly speak with officers in a way that's relaxed, and they feel that they're listened to and taken seriously when they present with an issue. Certainly it's not been my experience to go to a desk at a police station and feel as if I was treated in a way which was respectful or supportive. I don't know if I was treated with suspicion. I felt as the kind of aggrieved party that I should have had a bit more help forthcoming at that time, and not a pleasant experience. You know, luckily my partner was there and I wasn't going through it on my own, but if somebody was going through that on their own, that would be magnified. The bad experience of that would feel much worse.